What's going on, guys? It's CardGameKings here, and today we're going to be doing a modern deck profile. So without further ado, take it away, Chris.
Alright, so we're doing a deck profile for Giants. So to start it off, I run 3 Bone Crusher Giants. So they have a spell that you can use, Adventure. For those of you who don't know, you can cast the Adventure first and then cast a creature later. So the Adventure deals 2 damage to any target, and damage the turn when you cast it cannot be prevented anymore. You need to play the creature if anyone were to target the Bone Crusher Giant with a spell or an ability. The controller takes 2 damage. I play 3 of those. Then I also play 3 Agar the Freezing Flame. So what he does is whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls or to get dealt excess damage and die, I draw a card. It's mostly in there for the draw power for most of my kill spells. They deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's only for Giants, Wizards, and
Spells.
Yeah.
But it gets pretty handy later in the future towards mid-late game.
Yeah, this is basically like a late game type deck, anyways.
Yep. Don't have a whole lot of good early game potential, but there's a lot of like me controlling the board to get it to the mid-late game that I need. I run Shatter Skull Charger for some quick, easy damage if I'm in a time crunch. Has Trample and Haste, is a 4/3. I also run Calamity Bearer. So what he does is he doubles the damage of all of my giants and all of the like if they were to deal damage to a player or a permanent. So essentially they have double strike without having double strike, which is insane. So instead of him dealing 3, he's dealing 6, and it does stack, which is crazy. So I play Quakebringer because in the past when I've played this deck, I've played against some life gain decks, so I run him. Also, he's just a really good card for his upkeep trigger ability. Opponents can't gain life, and during my upkeep, if he's in the grave while I control a giant, it deals 2 damage to a player, or the opposing player, or if he's on the field, it deals 2 damage. So, Foretell, he cost 4. I would tap 2 and play him on like turn 4 for 4 mana instead of turn 5 for 5. But I can also cast him for cheaper using another card, which I'll show you later. So that was all the creatures. Let's move on to the spells. So we got 4 lightning bolts, because let's be honest, who doesn't run lightning bolt if you're playing red? So lightning bolt, obviously 3 damage to any target. Nice kill spell, or just nice to help close out a game if needed for that extra damage.
Yep.
Then we run Glimpse of the Cosmos at 4. So it's technically 8 as long as you have a giant. You can pay an island for a flashback cost. So I look at the top 3, put 1 to my hand, the rest go on the bottom. So I can search for like board wipes. I can search for a giant if I need it. I can search for quite literally anything I need to help like close out the game, a kill spell, anything. I run 2 of these, Crush the Weak. So the reason why I got this in the deck is some cards do have obviously death triggers, so if they were to die, then they would get their triggers. However, with this, they would get exiled,
Yeah, so they don't actually trigger.
Don't get their death trigger. I do run 2 of these. I would like to run a third. I just can't find my third one for the life of me. But enters the battlefield, I scry 2. Then my next turn, I draw a card. Like I get an extra draw, which is really nice. I can reveal a giant, deal 2 damage to my opponent, or if he plays a planeswalker, then I just hit the planeswalker. And then the third trigger lets me play a giant for 2 cheaper. Then here's my board wipe, Battle of Frost and Fire. When it enters, it deals 4 damage to each non-giant creature. It works out really nice because I'm playing only giants. Because, you know.
Fuck that card.
Works really good against
a lot of shit.
A lot of decks. So as long as I'm playing like a creature deck or some deck that's like a form of creatures, I can help control the board, which is what my whole idea and purpose for this deck was, is to be as aggro creature heavy as it was. So the second trigger is I get to look at the top 3 and just scry 3. helps me again cycle through my deck, get what I need to help close the game, or just kill something or find
Mm-hmm.
something to win me the game. The third trigger during the turn after that is whenever I cast a spell of converted mana cost 5 or greater, which could be another one of these. I draw 2, discard 1, which helps if I need the card draw.
And most of your creatures are almost that.
Yes. I do run 4 squashes. So as long as I control a giant, it costs 3 less, so I can cast it for 2. Deal 6 damage to a creature or planeswalker. Boom, instant kill.
Would be nice if you could do any.
Yes, if I could deal 6 damage
stupid.
to a player, that'd be
Yeah.
that'd be nice. Kind of glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
For the sake of all the plebs out there. And then for a little spice that I wanted to put in the deck, I threw an Arcane Bombardment. So as long as I cast a spell, an instant or sorcery, I get to exile a different one in my graveyard at random, so I don't choose. And then for each card exiled with the Arcane Bombardment, I get to cast a copy of each of those. I can choose targets for the copies, which somebody doesn't like.
Well, I don't think anybody likes to play against this card, but
Let's be honest, I haven't really seen anyone play this. But
I've seen it in Commander a lot.
There is insane potential with it. There's like a lot. But that was all the spells. Now we got the lands. So I run Frostboil Snarl. I run 4 of those. So as long as, or when it enters, I can reveal an island or a mountain, enters untapped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. It just taps for a red or a blue. Run Hall of the Storm Giant at 1. I'm debating on playing 2, but I don't really see it that much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't also, you can tap 6 to make it a creature. It becomes a 7/7 with Ward 3. So with the Calamity Bear, it becomes a 14, essentially. And also, if your opponent's trying to kill it, they got to pay 3 extra mana, which is not happening more times than not.
Yeah.
I am also playing 4 Riverglide Pathways, which is just better, in my opinion, because it's the quote-unquote cheat card, and you can just flip it to whatever land you need, either blue or red. I know, the one's just not the same, I'm sorry. I run 5 basic islands. And then I run 8 mountains.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. So for the entirety of the deck list, it is 61. It is 22 lands altogether. I didn't want to spend the money on the fetches and the shock lands for this because they were kind of expensive. Still are.
Yeah.
But
it went down a little bit, but not by much.
Yeah. Not cheap enough for me to want to buy them.
Yeah.
But I just found some other cards for the lands to just help me out, which was...
Honestly, it works, so,
Yeah.
But anyways, that was our deck profile on Giants for Modern. If you guys liked it, please leave a comment down below or like the video. Subscribe, that would be nice. We're going to be making some more content like this, some more deck profiles, probably some more gameplays, probably different formats and whatnot, maybe some box openings. But anyways, this is CardGameKings signing out. Peace.